fine. Tune in, join the line. Slotmaster, Rust Factor, rocking on the mic with laughter. Hype is rising high, podcast in the sky. Every spin, every chat, get your thrills with all that. Two guys, one slot, every week's a shot. Hanging out and having fun, Thursday nights we turn it on. Story jokes they share, laugh along without a care. Hidden wild and free, join the crazy spree. Fans they gather round, podcast magic found. Email shout out love from the audience above. Two guys, one slot, every week's a shot. Hanging out and having fun, Thursday nights we turn it on.
It's a step up above the last few.
That's like the last five. That's probably a step up. How are you doing, everybody? Fashionably late, as always. Good to be with you, the Slotmaster 316 and Rust Factor. How are you, buddy? My old pal who is 1,122 miles away. How goes it, pal?
Doing good.
Episode 68. We are one shy away from the season ender, and I appreciate you putting up with my tardiness on this evening. I was scheduled at 9, had to pick up my kids, and I was like, "Come on."
This is the longest we've had the show air each week on the same day, though. At least we've kind of figured that out. It was Wednesday, Thursday, then Wednesday again, and a bunch of Thursdays now. So
I like Thursdays.
Yeah, I do like Thursdays. I was talking about how I do a Friday show, and it is kind of nice to get on and start all the broadcasting like this on Thursday, roll right into Friday night, and it's a lot of fun.
I like it. Yeah. What's going on, bud? How are you? I haven't talked to you since. Well, actually, I take that back. I talked to you about 15 hours ago.
15 hours ago.
When you texted me at, what time was it? About 3 in the morning here? 2:15?
So I was enjoying some drinks last night, and at one point it was 10 o'clock. And then I think I went outside and bullshitted with Danny Hyphen for close to 2 hours probably.
Rust Factor sends me this picture.
At 12:41 a.m. my time, which would be almost 3 a.m.
It was 2:52.
Yeah.
Russ goes, "Oh, sorry, I'm like a level 8. I realized it was 12:49.
I'd walked all the way in the house, and I still thought I looked at the kitchen on the microwave, and I thought it said 10:49. And as I'm texting you, I'm sitting here at my computer, and I look down and I go, "Oh shit, it's almost 1 o'clock."
No worries, I was up.
I assume so with how quickly you responded.
You sent me my mind was blown at 2:46 a.m. when you first texted me that song from Childish Gambino.
Yeah, it's pretty.
My mind
different.
was blown. The fact that that's who that is.
Yeah, Donald Glover, comedian and actor.
Right.
Yeah, you didn't. He's
I
like,
didn't know
wait.
that.
He goes, what the fuck? He goes, Donald Glover's Childish Gambino? I'm like, you didn't know. Oh,
I didn't. I don't know how I didn't know. I don't know how I didn't know that. I was like, because I know Donald Glover.
Yeah. So that was, that just came out this week. Interesting little song. The music video is fucking nuts. But it's actually, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's done this before where one of his albums also is paired with an independent movie. So this one's going to be the same as they're making a movie. That's basically this album's the soundtrack to that movie. And yeah, it's going to be, I think some of the stuff that we saw, maybe the characters referenced in the songs are actually in the movie. So yeah, I'm hearing it's his last. I'm hearing it's his last album too. He's not going to make any more after this. I'm like, I'll believe that when I see it.
The other thing was Socks sent me a message that asked WTF is Canadian indie. Have you ever heard of Canadian indie music genre?
No, is that a thing?
I didn't know Bare Hands was. I'm guessing it's just indie
Oh,
bands from
okay.
Canada.
Yeah.
Because one of them is Tokyo Police Club, and they're from Canada. I know that.
Okay.
Death Cab for Cuties.
All those guys were the good ones. They're Canadian.
Yeah. I didn't know that Bare Hands that sings Agora. I love that song.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. I was just looking on here. Yep. A lot of those guys are.
I didn't know they were north of the border.
Canadian indie.
I was watching. I can't remember the guy's name. The stream. Either Socks or somebody sent me the link to him, and he was from Canada, and he was going around and he was like, "Man, okay, They talked about cupcakes for like an hour and." And after that, we're going to. Oh, did I freeze?
You're back. Am
I good?
Yeah.
They talked about cupcakes for probably 45 minutes while they were playing slots, and how much. They're only $5 American.
Unrelated, I watch a Canadian streamer. I've never seen his face, but he's a TikTok guy that plays retro games. He's usually just playing NHL Hockey 94. Oh, super Canadian. I just enjoy listening to him just ramble to chat in his thick Canadian accent. Yeah, and he's always playing old 94 hockey and shit.
And then, let's see. Then I was watching. What else did I watch? I watched Vegas Matt was with NG Slots, so I texted Fleshy P, and he's Canadian. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of Canadian in my life today.
Yeah, real Canadian thick day.
It is real. I needed some maple syrup.
I was going to say thick like maple syrup.
Thick. And also, it was fantastic. I don't know if you caught any of the stream last night, Russ Factor, but Bubba's Picks 316 was back last night. It was the slots weren't great to us, but it was good to have old Bubba back, and he was saying that he's going to try to get there once, maybe twice a month moving forward. He's got a little bit. I told him he can come on the podcast if he wanted to. He said he had a meeting this evening. He's got meetings later in the evenings. He's kind of doing another job.
All of his business dealings.
He's got some business that he has to attend to. So that's kind of what he's been doing, and it was good to catch up with him. And I talk to him and text him all the time, but I haven't seen him in maybe a month. So. Leah, like I say, I texted and talked to him and all that, but it was good to have him back at the casino. And
oh, you froze again. Froze big time. Hi, everybody. Can you still see me? Make sure this isn't my issue.
But
you're back. Oh, almost. What's going on?
What's going on? Is it my internet that's,
Guess so.
is it my internet that's messing up?
It doesn't appear.
God, now, I mean, the casino internet's coming to my house now. Come on.
You brought the virus home.
I did bring the virus home. Yeah. No, but it was good to have Bubba back last night. It was super fun. And again, I wish we would have won a little bit more. But last night,
you know what I always say though. You were one spin away.
I was, and 99% of all gamblers stop before they hit a pick. You're known to say that in chat too, right, Russ? I just don't understand what is going on with this internet. It's like I'm stroking out. I'm good.
Yeah, he's here.
I hope,
he's here.
at least.
He's here.
Yeah, so it was fun. It was fun to play. And then last night on Frankenstein, I scoured the internet, and I have not seen what I got last night, the 5 It's Alive in a free spin bonus. I've never seen that. We could have something on our hands, Russ Factor. We need to figure out how we need to push this out to the masses.
Okay.
It's the first time I think I...
Oh, boy, this internet is hitting us hard tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Hitting us hard. He'll come back in just a second, watch, and then he'll freeze again. And then it'll come back. Look how happy he looks when he's frozen, though. Just so happy.
I've ever seen
Not
it.
a care in the world.
Somebody else.
Sorry, I was talking over you being frozen. You had a real happy look on your
Yeah,
face.
you just start going. And now you're like super delayed.
Oh man.
I can't deal with this tonight. Tomorrow, I'm going to be in Prairie Band Hotel and Casino in the capital city of Kansas, Topeka.
Oh.
So if any of you folks are out there that are watching this now or listening to it tomorrow, we'll be there tomorrow night broadcasting live with the whole cast of characters.
Hey, Bubba heading up there with you too?
Bubba's not. I can't remember what. He couldn't make it. But it would have been cool if he got up there, but no, he's not.
Can you
what is going on?
What the fuck is wrong?
What? I mean, now my camera. Pets' heads are falling off. God. Okay, I'm not even going to pay attention. All right. In other news, I was just scouring the internet for fun and exciting news, and this came across the Newswire. If you've got some Newswire music, Russ Factor, I should have had you cue some up.
Oh, yeah.
We are very, very close to 30,000 subscribers. We're about 600 away, 500 away, 400 away, actually. Greatly appreciate all of the support, and thank you for getting us to right up on the cusp of 30.
He froze again. Oh, he's gonna get real mad here in a second.
1,000. So while Russ was getting that, turn. I mean, what's going on?
You're back.
Maybe a short one tonight, folks.
Maybe a short one.
Maybe a short one. Okay, turn up my headphones just a little bit so I can hear that new. There we go. Dateline, July 24th, yesterday, Las Vegas, Nevada. Woman stabbed multiple times while sitting at a Las Vegas casino slot machine.
What?
A woman was stabbed several times while sitting at a casino slot machine, and police located the weapon in the lost and found. Police arrested a lady without incident at the Aztec Inn.
Who do you think turned the knife into the lost and found?
This woman allegedly stabbed the other.
Oh, man. It's getting worse, ladies and gentlemen. I think now that the music's playing, he knows exactly when it happens. He's going to come back. Here it comes. Here it comes. Here it comes.
My guess is she was sitting at Huff and More Puff. Doesn't say what slot machine. I need to know what slot machine she was sitting at. The document says the woman suffered non-life-threatening injuries. The victim told the police that the lady allegedly became upset with her after hanging out all day and smoking meth.
Oh.
The victim and another man went to the casino when Alexander stabbed the victim, saying, "F you, B, I hope you die."
Damn. And where was this at? What casino?
It doesn't say what casino, actually. Video surveillance recorded the stabbing and her throwing the knife and then leaving. An employee later picked up the knife and put it in the lost and found. Oh, God. It's $20,000 bail she's on. Representative from the property could not be reached Wednesday. It doesn't say what casino, man.
I'm looking at just Google of the same article. None of them are saying what casino this was at.
Real interesting.
That's weird, right?
Real interesting. They're covering that up. I like that. And then in other gambling news, Dateline, Las Vegas, Nevada. Police say a Las Vegas strip guest used a bad check to gamble with $865,000.
So this check originally started out as like like $178 check that he modified and got away with it for a while.
Police say this guest at a strip casino, again, didn't say the strip, but I think it was Aria. I think I read in another one.
Yeah.
Used a fraudulent check to receive $865,000 in chips, which then he turned around and lost in a very short time. It doesn't say. Dharma Nindalala, 41 of North Carolina, faces felony charges of the theft of $1. And then I can't see the rest.
Yeah, he basically went and got through with this first check that he'd modified and got pretty much half of the money, lost it, went back to his casino host, got approved for more, lost that. At that point, somebody figured out they were actually looking at the check, and they kind of realized, oh shit, this is a fraudulent check. And they had cops there because he was upstairs, and they met him as he was coming off an elevator. And I guess he's released on bond right now, but he has quite a court date coming up.
I mean, are checks that size that common?
It was a cashier's check, but yeah, that's a little. I mean, I'd still with an amount that just someone wandering in going, "Hey, I want some chips," and giving me a check like that, I'd be like, "All right, we're gonna verify this a little bit." But it sounds like he just,
I guess,
it just
common
worked.
enough that it didn't raise any red flags right then. Damn.
Yeah. Well, I guess the plan
So
for us
he's-
would be just to do that, get the chips, immediately cash out, and go home.
Right. What's going to keep somebody from doing that? Isn't that crazy?
But he went over there and lost almost $1 million.
But fast, they said. Fast.
The way that story worked out is I'm like, it sounded to me like all of this took place over like 2 or 3 hours, tops.
That's crazy. Yeah. In other gambling news, a Florida gambling den owner once confiscated $142,000 back. The owner of the Golden Nugget Arcade in Palm Beach Gardens is asking authorities to return the $142,000 in cash seized from the venue when it was shut down for illegal gambling and money laundering in September 22. The lady who purchased it claims she purchased a Golden Nugget 6 months before it was raided. She argues the money belongs to the business that generated, and she wants the judicial court in Florida to give it back.
Wow.
The Golden Nugget in Florida was targeted as a part of a wave of raids against illegal slot machines at adult arcades. There were some folks that were playing on those that would stream, which I thought was obscure, to say the very least, on various streaming places.
Yeah.
It's interesting that, I mean, they can't gamble down there, so I'm not sure what slot machines that give out cash or prizes are illegal in Florida outside of the Seminole Tribe's 6 reservations and certain parimutuel facilities in Broward and Dade counties. So I think you can bet horses and dogs and such.
I don't really know much about illegal slots.
I don't know much.
But I
I don't know much.
But I what I know is from like the like television, movies, things like that, is that there's always some weird way of how you get paid out, but the whole thing's just still really illegal.
Very interesting you say that, because when I was in Branson a couple weeks ago, we went to a gas station. I turned around and I heard slot machines, and I was like, what do we got going on here? And I asked the guy, because a lot of the ones that normally you kind of see in these CD, I go, are these illegal? And then the cashier goes, I guess you just take your ticket and cash it out over there. And I was like, huh. So I looked at it, and it's one of those machines that if you know where to look, you can kind of see what's to come. So I went through it. It's kind of like the bingo card situation, but they will tell you what's paid out and what's going to be paid out, and when it last paid out. So you can kind of see when the machines are going to pay out because they only have a certain amount of tickets in them, I guess is the best way to explain it. So I looked at a couple and I was like, no. And then Poppy put a couple bucks in one and I said, that's not going to win. And it didn't. And then the 2 spins after I put money in this one, I think I put 20 bucks in. I cashed out 300. Poppy was mad as hell. We'll see Grumpy Poppy tomorrow night at the casino. He gets mad when I can't wait. It's so fun. So I don't know and understand how those adult arcades are there. And I asked the guy, it's like, well, how are these legal? And he's like, I don't. He's like, bro, I just work here.
There's a lot of questions because it's like you're at a gas station. What are the odds that a police officer has come into the gas station before? It's like people know.
Right, very high.
Doesn't seem like a very
would be
big
my
secret.
Guess. Yeah. It was interesting. I don't know how but I've seen people still streaming on certain places still down there in Florida. So I still think they're up and around and going. But this lady wants her money back from Ultimate, from her. She says they earned it. I'm trying to think what else is going on. I saw that Bally's in Las Vegas did finally agree to the $4.6 billion buyout of the Tropicana. So that's going to be very interesting to see what they do with that arena. I think they're still trying to plan on build that Oakland A's, like a Las Vegas A's ballpark.
It's still up. It's like ready for demolition, but it's still up, right?
October, I think, is the date that they've
because I was
set.
looking the other day and I saw that they've got the building gutted and the parts off that they need. That it's pretty much ready to be knocked down.
We need to ask our Canadian friends. I can only see half of this, but Canadian producer of live gaming content targeted by Nevada regulators. Dateline.
Sorry.
Mount up. Vancouver. Nevada Gaming Board Controls issued a cease and desist to a Canadian company that, through an affiliate, has been producing live gaming content from Clark County. Polygon Interactive. And then I can't see the rest of the article. I sure would like to see the rest of that article.
Paywall.
Paywall. Damn. But that's interesting. So they've been Canadian company's it's basically been doing stuff online where you can play, and they've been doing it based out of Las Vegas. That's interesting that they're broadcasting it over the internet. I wonder if they're using crypto or how they're taking payment for such.
That's a little strange.
It is strange.
A little
Strange.
Yep.
Also, it has been hot as a mug in Vegas. They set a new temperature record amid the most extreme heat wave in history. It was quoted as saying, oppressively hot. It's the desert.
I just, Hi, I'm in Phoenix.
It hit a high of 120 degrees on July 7th.
So we haven't hit that yet this year, and that's crazy. So, yeah, they have been getting a little warmer than us, as I've been seeing. But, I don't think we hit like 116 one day, but like 112, 113. But, yeah, they hit 120. Yeah.
Interesting. I think I was just looking at this because it seems like every week we've had all these people getting busted for talking to minors.
Oh, we got another one now. Yeah.
First we had Doc.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had what's that other streamer? Not Dream. Shit, I can't remember what the other streamer was. And then right now we are, for lack of a better term, balls deep in a Mr. Beast controversy. Maybe balls. I'm not sure if they're balls, but he has a character on his program that goes by the name of Ava now. Ava Chris Tyson, and had some grooming allegations of when he was speaking with a 14 or 15-year-old and meeting up with them, and interesting stuff. So if you're not familiar with the whole Mr. Beast tribe, Ava is a transgender. It used to be Chris. So, I mean, it's interesting because things started to get a little strange when you could tell that she was transitioning.
Yeah.
And, you know, I mean, there was an elephant in the room. Mm-hmm. There was a trunk in the room that nobody really wanted to talk about. And you could tell. Everybody's like, what's going on here?
Yeah.
And then it happened. He came out, I guess, as whatever.
There's examples for this one too. So
yeah, they've got text messages, Discord messages, Instagram direct messages,
references to the fact that there were snaps in those messages too. So this is interesting one to watch because it's going down a little differently. And
it is a little differently, and I probably understand the reason why it's going down a little bit differently, but it's interesting of how quiet it has been in regards to that, including Mr. Beast. YouTube star Mr. Beast has addressed the grooming allegations made against his longtime collaborator, saying that he was disgusted by the claims and has taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association with Mr. Beast.
Yeah, it says he's also, I think he's hired a third party to perform a bit of an investigation, which that could backfire in some interesting ways if some people are right in their theory that a lot of people were aware of what was going on when it was going
including
on.
him.
Yeah.
And I think that's why he's hiring the independent. Allegedly hiring the alleged independent because he's catching some backlash because everybody's saying that he knew, his friends knew, and it's just interesting. He said, over the past few days, I've become aware of the allegations of his behavior, her behavior online, and I am disgusted and opposed to such unacceptable acts. During that time, I've been focused on hiring an independent third party to conduct a thorough investigation to ensure that I have all of the facts. Yeah. That said, I've seen enough online and taken immediate action to remove Ava from the company, my channel, and any association. I do not condone or support any of the inappropriate actions. Right. I will allow the independent investigations to the necessary time to conduct an investigation and will take any further actions based on their finding.
Mm-hmm. Mr. Beast recently signed a major deal with Amazon MGM. It was like a $100 million deal to basically create content for Amazon MGM. So that's kind of starting to come up again. If things getting a little weird, it'll be interesting to see kind of what happens with that relationship too. So,
Mr. Beast. We talked about that actually last week or maybe a couple weeks ago. Little did we know what was on the horizon.
Oh boy.
And of course, you know, like I say, the cast of characters are out there, you know, not as loud as they were for Dr. Disrespect. Weirdly. Yeah. Nick Merckx, he was all over it because Ava has a 2, 3, 4-year-old kid.
Yeah, he had a wife and kid that the common thing is that everybody knows that he kind of just left that situation. Like they allegedly co-parent, but they're not together anymore or anything like that from what I understand. Right. So yeah, there's a kid involved in everything, man. It's crazy.
So that is another there's kind of a scandal going on in here in Wichita with the same type of stuff. It's just don't do it. Don't put yourself in those situations.
Yeah.
Would be the best advice.
God, think
Make sure
about how many people
both
we knew
parties
from
are
back in the radio
18.
industry that were probably involved in shit like that. That they're just gonna get away with it.
Well, that's the thing is back when we were doing like radio stuff, you couldn't even think about coming in if you were a girl. Couldn't even think about coming in to the radio studio unaccompanied, let alone underage. Yeah. You know, we were so very. That was the one thing that everybody. It was like everybody knew is, you know, for my protection or your protection and hers. Mm-hmm. Or theirs, you know, you never know what some girl or some guy's gonna say.
Yeah. We heard a lot of rumblings though through the mill of some activities that were going on at some of the other stations around town, and yeah, it was very different where we were. Like, you know, I mean, we poked and laughed at this stuff back then, but it wasn't something that. I'm not gonna sit here and name names of people don't know, but I'm like, there's some people who fucking got off scot-free for some shit, and I guarantee it.
Scot-free? Pardon?
Got off Rick free.
Oh shit! Took the words right out of my mouth there, Russ Factor. Just bad. It's not cool. Make sure everybody's 18.
Yeah.
Right.
That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do.
Like Kansas is a little backwards, I think, sort of, because it's I don't know. I don't know what
age of consent thing over there.
Yeah, there's a pretty low age of consent, I would say. And the other weird thing about it is you can like get married. Like I could. Not I, but somebody could get married to like a 14-year-old with the parents' permission.
Do anything you put your mind to. Always remember
25.
that. Unrelated.
Well, I mean, what?
No, that's. I've heard some stuff like that. I forgot Kansas. I mean, I've forgotten so much about Kansas. It's backward.
Yeah, Kansas is odd. But you know, and then some places like Tennessee or. Colorado or whatever. The only reason I know that is because reading all these articles, like 18 would be the age of consent. So like you're in high school, so you can't even, like if you are 17 trying to bone a freshman, you can't. I don't know how that works.
No clue.
I was a virgin
until
when I was in high school.
Until how old your oldest kid? 10, 11?
Yeah.
Yeah, you were a virgin until about
10,
11 years ago.
2014. I was.
Yeah, he was saving himself for marriage.
Yeah, I don't know about that. The other thing is I saw one of my friend's kids buying alcohol. It was one of those things. He's clearly under the age. One of those things where I was just, in line, getting my refill of the old diet sody.
Over at the Quick Trip, huh?
Oh, yeah. And then, just sitting there having a nice little sip. Billy Bob turns around and almost runs into me. He goes, "Oh, shit."
Yeah, I would have been like, "I'll go ahead and take that off your hands for you."
I go, "Get the fuck out of here. I'm not going to say a word." Because he's out of high school now. He's just 20. He's not. Like in high school, I'm not down with that. I was a square in high school. I didn't drink all through high school. I didn't drink actually till I was 21.
Damn.
If you can believe that. And then I didn't have my very first beer. Like I used to drink like puss drinks, like Midori Sours and what was it, Tom Collins and real sugary Manhattans and that type of stuff. Because my little tum-tum couldn't handle it. But boy, things changed. And then when I turned 30, I had my very first beer. Huh. I just don't like beer. I still don't. I was drinking beer last Saturday. Like I told, I can't remember. I still don't feel normal from that. And I really was. I maybe had 5 drinks, maybe 6 tops, 5. I didn't drink a lot.
Aren't you supposed to be drinking 10 beers in an hour at a hot dog contest?
Oh, I'll be able to do that. I'll be able to do that.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
I'll be able to do that. But I just don't really like beer.
Yeah.
Beer. I just don't. I had mango carts. Have you ever had those?
No.
It's really good, actually. But I mean, I just didn't like it. I don't like I don't like being hungover, and I get really, really. I was still, I think, hungover.
Oh, I might have had this. It's a Golden Road beer. Yeah.
Yeah. I might have still been hungover like Monday. It was just didn't feel great. Yeah, that's it. Right, meow.
There you go.
I just don't drink once a quarter.
Yeah.
And I got to just be right in the mood for that. And then coincidentally, we went on TikTok with our old pal Closer. I don't know if you saw that. I was just minding my own business.
Yeah.
Just went live, and somebody requested me to go live with me, and it was his brother. And then I was kind of zooming. I was like, oh, shit. And then we chatted for about an hour and a half, and I guess it was big news.
Wow. Anything interesting?
I mean, yeah. I mean, he's still. I don't know. We should actually have him on or something, and just who I'd like to have on.
Who's that?
Is I'd like to have on Buffalo Bob in one box. And I'd like to have Closer in the other box, and then me and you down in the corners, just eating popcorn.
Just eating popcorn. We can be real small. It can just be. I like it.
He really hates that guy, and I think the feeling's mutual. But no, I wouldn't let him talk smack about my buddy Bob.
Yeah.
I like Bob.
Yeah, Bob's a good
The reason
guy.
he was Bob. The reason you don't want to really get on Bob's bad side, because Bob is like. I don't know what you call it, but when you really, 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 really focus in on something, what's that called?
Hyper-focusing.
Hyper-focused.
Hyper-fixating. Yeah.
Hyper-fixated. Closer took a lot of money off his plate.
Yeah.
So that really pissed him off. And he knew what was going on. And I'll tell you what, that was a lightning rod of controversy that I was talking to him. I was like, I don't care. I mean, whatever. I'm not going to, he's not going to hang out with me, and I'm not going to hang out with him. But I'm also not going to let him talk smack about my friends. I was like, yeah, I'm friends with him. And it's like the reason why, it's like you took food off his plate. You wouldn't want that to happen to you. But, that's the same hyper focus. They call it something else. That Bob has when he used to play poker. And that's why he's such a good advantage player. It's crazy. He just has like a photographic memory and can know all these tangs. It's interesting. So that was my Saturday. And then Sunday, I woke up to a bunch of messages. I can't believe you were talking to him. I was like, well, I mean, who cares?
It's big news.
I'm not going to have him come over and, I don't know, hang out. He said he was pretty clear on, I should have cut it up. Maybe we can do that for episode 69. We can cut up because I saved the live.
Oh,
well,
cool.
Actually, I don't save it. TikTok saves it.
Yeah, you got like 30 days to download them. So, yeah, you can just download it and then we can chop it up. Take a peek.
Give old Russ Factor, take a peek.
Give me a little peek.
Take a little peeky peek. But I wasn't drunk by any stretch of the imagination. But I was. I had a few beers. Whatever. I mean, can a guy have a few beers and go on TikTok and talk shit? Can a guy do that?
He can. He can do that.
For once. I felt like I was well behaved though. Because there's a lot of shit I want to talk.
Yeah. 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 And TikTok,
But it's not worth it.
TikTok has the ability to bring it out sometimes too, when people start doing what they do on there.
It's just not worth it. It's not worth the time. It's not worth.
I don't have a lot of good feeling. We could always go back, but we don't do this show on TikTok anymore, just because I mean,
It's not worth it.
It's just not worth it. We know the audience is over here. We were over there basically scrounging another 30 people up, and it was just fucking idiots that didn't like to see people having a good time. So yeah, I've been seeing you going live on there a little more now again, and I like the format because it's like I know the moment that stream clicks off and it wasn't you doing. I know exactly what the fuck you're saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. TikTok is
TikTok's like
a
dead
different
in my
beast.
mind now.
I agree too. I was just scrolling today, and I think I was telling my wife about this. Is
every third swipe's an ad.
What?
Every third swipe's an ad.
It's the selling of the shit that they sell on there. It sucks. You can't even. I just not interested. Not interested.
Mm-hmm.
Not interested. The other thing that's really kind of goofy too is how many ads you roll that are being rolled on Twitch. Twitch rolls a ton of ads, which is odd to me. Do you ever watch?
Oh, yeah. I'll tune in on a stream, and all of a sudden it's like, all right, you got 7 ads now. And I'm like, what the fuck? I'm tuning out. I'm not going to sit here through 7 ads. I'll find something else to do.
Right. And I think they're really pushing that $15 all membership situation. Mm-hmm. How do creators get paid for that if somebody does that?
It's basically
a revenue share?
Kind of, yeah. It's all based on your stats at that point, your concurrent viewers, things like that. The amount of people that might be on your stream that are still seeing ads is all calculated. It's fucking wild. There's a multi-page document about how kind of all of that works out. Because that was my question originally, too, when it was a lot easier to not see ads on Twitch. Is how are these people getting paid when... I mean, some of the bigger streamers, it's pretty cut and even. You got your subscribers and you got your non-subscribers. But these smaller channels who have 300-400 viewers, it's if they're big enough like that at that size, a majority of their audience is subscribed. So yeah, they've got it all worked out in a number of ways.
I'd have to agree with that. But the thing that Twitch does right.
They have the overlay ads now too that I believe people that are even subscribed see, where the screen will shrink and you'll see bullshit to buy on Amazon. Because
I'm subscribed to your Rust Factor show on Twitch.tv, and I still see those on a corner ad, and it's only Amazon shit. So it's like Amazon Prime or stuff that would you like to rebuy this? Yeah. That type of situation. But the thing that Twitch.tv, Rust Factor show every Friday, has an advantage over YouTube, say, is that YouTube needs to figure this out. One, they need to pay creators for their shorts more. Mm-hmm. Like the live streams that we do vertically. They're great for getting subscribers, but it's not great for monetization. They need to figure out the member situation. So if you become a member of a certain channel, that person, in my mind, or me, if I'm a member of a channel, say Buffalo Bob or King Solo Slots or Ethan Slots to be Frank, if I'm a member of them, I shouldn't see ads on their page. I shouldn't see that, and that happens on YouTube.
That makes sense. I have no clue how any of that. I've paid almighty Google for ad-free YouTube since 2013. But yeah, that seems like that should be the case. Is if you sub, you just don't see ads on or however paid member join. You shouldn't see ads on that channel for sure. And then the premium gives you extra perks and no ads at all, which is great.
Right. I have premium, mm-hmm. and then YouTube has that figured out that if I go in and watch a Rust Factor show on YouTube or Slots to be Frank or whatever, and I watch a certain amount of time, or the Roulette Master, I'm not seeing those ads, but Roulette Master will get revenue share because I'm premium, because I can see that in my analytics, how many people that have premium.
And
It
they've got
doesn't
all
say who they
figured out
are.
That they want eyes on the platform, so that
Right.
they monetize that basically too. So, yeah.
I'm trying to just figure out, like, I put a community post on my deal of what exactly I can do with members to make it worthwhile. I mean, I greatly appreciate the fact that people spend $4.99 or whatever, $2.99. I don't even remember what it is that's set up to become a member and support me, and it's a great revenue thing for me monthly for those folks. It's just obviously a super small donation compared to that, but it's cool. I'm just trying to figure out something fun to do for them. We got some good answers on the community post.
Did you get any bad ones?
Yeah, a couple call me an asshole. No. And the other thing is too, I wish I could control more during the live streams. There's 3 things you can do. You can do conservative, medium, and aggressive on ad rolls, and I always do the conservative. And on Twitch, I used to be able to control, and I turned all of the ads off, but it still runs a whole bunch of ads, everybody's telling me.
Yeah, it's kind of forced now. You have a little bit more control over it if you manually run ads a couple times an hour. Like, first off, if you run, like, and it's based on how long it is, because you have different options, like run 30 seconds, run a minute, run 2 minutes. If you run like 2 minutes of ads a minute after you hop on stream, it will usually prevent anyone from seeing a pre-roll that tunes in for the next 25 minutes, let's say, kind of.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So yeah, they actually have that to where if you, and I used to have an ad roll on my stream deck, so I would just hit it every now and then, like when we actually took a legitimate break, and it would help out that it wouldn't just throw random ads in at random times, because when you run a manual ad on Twitch, it does basically kind of reset a clock until it's going to try to auto run an ad. So yeah, I'd like to see some of that on YouTube too, where you could kind of be more intentional about running your ads, and that it affected any auto ads that we're going to run if you were, doing your part and running the ads they want you to run, a couple times an hour. If you're going to be walking to a machine, it'd be nice if you had a mobile thing, and, you're going over to cash out your ticket or something, and, they go, okay, cool, I'll run 30 seconds of ads here so that nobody sees ads for the next 15, 20 minutes.
I can do that on Twitch.
Yeah.
They just upgraded the mobile app to where I can do that on Twitch if I wanted to.
Yeah.
And I also need to stop neglecting my Twitch. I think maybe when I get to 30,000 or maybe 50, I don't know, just start going back horizontal, because Twitch is a very loyal audience. Same with YouTube. But the Twitch folks, it does not translate to the vertical screen does not translate to Twitch folks.
It sees it as a horizontal stream, so even when you full screen it on your phone, it's all messed up. So
yeah, it's janked out.
Yeah.
So the fact that anybody's still watching that is amazing. So maybe I can do some member-only streams horizontally. Do the horizontal mambo for the members and the Twitch folks.
Yeah.
That's what I do. I mean, see, we're solving problems right here, Rust Factor. Solving problems.
I like the
Synergy.
horizontal streams, but I watch from home a lot, which isn't the case for a lot of people who do watch from their phones and things. And I see the appeal. But yeah, someone who watches from home a lot, I like the whole screen. It's nice.
The vertical, as soon as they integrate it, and I actually got the integration before a couple of the other creators that I'm friends with, and they didn't believe me. And then I told them, this is the way, baby. This is the way. And I said, this is too good to be true. It was revolutionary for my channel. Mm-hmm. We went from 10,000 subs on January 1st to almost 30,000 in we'll hit into July.
Didn't like 50K people come by that stream?
Yeah,
it was crazy. I remember that very first one. The chat was just like.
So, and now I go from like I'd get 300 to 500 people in a horizontal stream, but a vertical stream, the watch time is someday we'll pull up. Maybe in season 2 we'll pull up my stats and you can just see all that. It's very interesting, and maybe somebody smarter than me can really help me figure out what's going on and what I should do. because I'm kind of, I mean, this obviously is a hobby. I'm not going to like stop doing whatever. Like the roulette master, he could stop his real job. He is making money hand over fist with his channel, but he's got almost 60,000 subs. He does long form video. I think I've just kind of thrown in the towel, so to speak, on going to the casino and creating videos because nobody watches them. Weirdly, I mean, everybody that's I'll get lucky to get 1,000 views on a video that I produce. I used to do them weekly or whatever, and then with this live stream, I'd have anywhere from 1,500 to 2,100 people in while we watch live.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing. Please tell me that's dinner that just arrived.
Oh, yeah. Look at what we got here, ladies and gentlemen. It's breakfast for dinner. There's some.
Is that a hash brown?
There's some hash browns and looks like a little yogurt parfait thing. Got us a fried egg right there.
Oh, God.
These are some little breakfast sausages that look like they're on their way to be hot dogs.
Oh, Rust Factor. Somebody in the comments goes, man, it tickles me pink every time Rust Factor just sits down and starts eating dinner during the podcast. Here you go.
I have years and years of experience eating on the air.
I think that, yeah, to kind of go back to put a nice little bow on this is I think our channel's just a live stream because I'm not good at just sitting there and talking to myself.
Yeah.
I need like the chat to interact. And, that's kind of like how we did our radio show back in the day. I needed the phone calls. I needed, just whatever interaction. There's only so many times you can go, oh, come on, let's get a bonus. Yay. Okay. Here's what you do.
Yeah.
And if I had a partner, like if Bubba could go consistently,
that would be a lot easier. And yeah, we could do stuff like that too. Like I just don't because it's like I like the feeling of being on air. I don't want to record something and then think like get rid of a part of a video because I'm like that wasn't that funny just because I had time to sit on it and think about it.
Right.
It's like no, just let that shit out there. So yeah, I like that. I just wish that it was easier to do kind of the pre-produced content, especially like you said by yourself. That's the hardest part is getting in here and going, well, let me record a 30-minute video by myself and just see how bored I am after 8 minutes.
Right. And that's the thing. If I'm bored, the viewer is going to be bored.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. Maybe down the road I'll find somebody that'll go with me and consistently. But that's why like somebody like Vegas Matt is so impressive. They put a video out every single day, 1:30 or 1:45 Central Time, every single day. And it's 30, 45 minutes of content and very rarely go live. I mean, they'll go live on Twitch, but that's just impressive. I can't imagine to see their stats. I see like their views and stuff, but I mean, they are set.
Yeah. I'm sure you've done this, but I was just thinking like I'm translating kind of like the guys that I know that do video games and live stream all the time. How you could have you taken like chunks of a live that you knew kind of in your head like I'm gonna act a certain way because I know I'm gonna release this next 25 minutes as a video. And then you just basically recording videos live on stream, and everybody's kind of aware of it. And then the edited version comes out like 2 days later of that.
I mean, I could do that. I kind of used to do that, but that's when I was filming horizontally.
Mm-hmm.
But now when I film vertically, it just looks too goofy on a regular video.
Might be something to think about if you do go back horizontal. If you do want to kind of, you just get a little extra is kind of getting that mantra of, doing that again where, all right, this next segment's going to be a video. Hi, everybody. Welcome to the video. And then you're just still live and chat's there to talk to you and everything.
How's it going? And then I just think that like the premieres are fun, though, where you can have chat and do that type of stuff. But I don't know. I think that, I don't know, if I just had somebody to go and just banter back and forth with. That is the sole reason that Vegas Matt and his crew, they produce great videos. But, everybody's invested in their cast of characters, right. I think. And they all have very interesting stories and good things to say, and there's never a dull moment. Where I watch them more than I would like a Vegas low roller who goes by himself. I mean, it's all right. Every once in a while, he'll go with his mom and such. But I used to watch him a lot. Now I just find myself not at all.
Yeah.
And the other thing that's interesting is my YouTube algorithm has been pushing smaller and smaller channels, which is fun. So it's allowing those, it used to push the 1 million views or 800,000 subscriber channels to me. So now it's pressing just a ton of small creator slot folks.
That's cool.
It is cool. And then I went in with at work with an incognito window, and it was doing the same thing. So I went in and watched a couple of slot videos, and then in an incognito window, it started producing those smaller channels. So YouTube's kind of helping out those smaller channels, which is something that's been much needed.
A long time. Is just the sea of small channels that's out there, and how the algorithm always just used to basically push channels that were generating ad revenue. And I mean, if we can bring up more of these smaller channels, there's going to be more bigger channels generating ad revenue for YouTube, Google. So
right,
yeah, that makes sense.
And there's a reason also, kind of to go back, is there's a reason that Vegas Matt is on the camera all the time and nobody else is. I mean, he's the glue that sticks that whole crew together. If I don't think it would be as popular if it weren't for him. He's a very witty, very funny individual. And it's good. I'm happy for their success. It was funny. I was let's see. I was looking through all these pictures, and I have one of his original shit sandwich poker chip keychains that we got. We saw him get a Delt Royal, and it was $48,000. It was like they had 6,000 subs on YouTube and 2,000 subs on Twitch because they would go live. And maybe I had more subs than them on TikTok at that time because I had like 90,000 or 80,000, and they had like 15.
Holy shit.
And he hit this was like 2 years ago. He hit a Delt Royal, and I think it was 48 grand, and he did his little victory lap while me and my cousin were standing there like, holy shit, he just won $48,000. and Bubba was there too. It was very interesting. Anyway, I don't know. What else you got going on, Russ Factor, other than breakfast for dinner?
What?
Did you find out, last question, last week, you were going to let me know if NCAA 25 is coming out on the PC?
No. EA hates money. It might. They just don't really have any plans for it as of yet.
Damn. So I'm going to have to buy it on PlayStation?
Yep. I kind of think that EA probably needs to reconsider. I don't think it'll happen, though, especially with this game. But that game, oh, my God, it broke record. The beta that they had for it, there was like 2 million people playing that game. Like, everybody wanted college ball back. And we hadn't had a college football game since... like 2014?
I was going to say OP 15 or OP 14.
So it was crazy. We were talking a little bit about the landscape of gaming now, that it's easier than ever at this point to get into PC gaming. There's so many companies that, you can still build your own, but there's so many companies that provide affordable pre-builds that it's just getting easier and easier. And I think there's a lot of people like me that just think, the gaming industry is kind of pretty fucking stale right now. So the reason I really dove into PC gaming a lot more is because I wanted to have fun again, and I have a backlog of games that goes back like fucking 20 years so on PC. Right. So it will be interesting to see if they kind of look at that maybe for next year's game and decide to put it on PC, which I think it's just going to bring them more money. That's all it's going to do. So, yeah, but this one not. And, a lot of people disappointed about it. So that will be a console-exclusive game that you'll have to get on PS5 or Xbox.
Yeah, I'll get it on PS5. Cody Burton plays it a lot. I see him. He's actually been streaming. You can stream from your console now on PS5, but you can't hear what they're saying. Thank God, because he'd probably be cussing up a storm on Well, trying to
you could.
watch him play football.
He just needs to turn his mic on.
Yeah, keep it off, Cody Burton, if you're watching.
Some other news. I got two other things here. One is about Vegas again. We were talking about the Sphere a few weeks ago and how Rust Factor thought it was just going to fail because they didn't have anything lined up. They got something lined up. Here you go. The Eagles are coming to the Sphere for 10 weekends.
Sweet.
Yeah, based on that reaction, I'm assuming you have tickets to all 10 shows? Wow.
That is a negative. I think the Eagles
are
very overrated.
Yeah.
One of the shows that we're going to have to do, perhaps in season 2, is overrated bands.
Okay.
Eagles, top, very high on the list.
Mm-hmm.
My list is very controversial, mind you. Very, very controversial.
Red Hot Chili Peppers is on that list for me. Know that.
Really?
Yeah. I think they're overrated as fuck.
Really?
Yeah. Where do they live again?
Why?
I can't remember.
Why do you say that?
Hold on. I'm trying to remember where Red Hot Chili Peppers live. I can't. Colorado? Is that what they always think about? I don't know, man. It's like and living in a town. I don't even know if you have one of these anymore, but living in a town that has a quasi alternative rock radio station that just plays music from the 90s and early 2000s again. Like I could get in that car right now and probably turn it on, and before I got to the fucking grocery store, Red Hot Chili Peppers would be playing again. And I don't know.
My wife and I were in California when she used to live there. And
is that where the Red Hot Chili Peppers live?
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk? It's funny you say that because I was in California. One corner of the restaurant was Dwight from it was this popular breakfast spot right over by where my wife lived in California. One corner of the restaurant was Dwight, and the other corner of the restaurant was Flea, bass player.
Yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers. I just walked up to him. And I was like, "Hey, Flea, what's up?" And he goes, "Nothing. Leave me alone."
Nothing.
That's exactly what he said. I didn't even ask for nothing. I was just, "Hey, what's up?" I wasn't going to ask him for a selfie. He was eating breakfast. I just said, "Hey, what's up?" He goes, "Nothing. Leave me alone."
Nothing. Leave me alone.
Oh, so there you go. Eagles coming to the Sphere.
I think everybody probably thinks U2, which is my favorite band, is probably the most overrated band. I really love all the. I really love all the jokes about how they put the album on the iPhone without anybody's permission. Those are my favorite jokes.
I love that they make jokes about that too.
They do
in interviews.
I think one of the most overrated bands is Kiss.
I would agree.
Prove me wrong. Okay, you agree. I think this is one of the more controversial bands that I think are overrated is Fleetwood Mac. Overrated.
Yeah, I would say so. That's one though where there's like tons of songs from them that nobody gave a fuck about, but then their greatest hits is it, and it's just it's overrated completely. Absolutely. I mean, you can say that about U2 though. Is a lot of people think that have that mindset that they're overrated. They know, there's a lot of great U2 songs that you've heard 1,000 times, if not more. But God, their library is fucking huge, man. There's like I can tell you within the last 10 years, I've probably went back and at least heard one U2 song that I'm like, I don't know if I've ever really sat down and listened to this song before.
Yeah, their albums are good. Another one that is, speaking of the Sphere, it's just overrated band after another. Grateful Dead.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just some of the funny comments when they first played the Sphere, like the first show or whatever. The comments would be a video of the deal, and they said, "What song did they play?" Oh God. AC/DC, another overrated band. Yeah, probably really ruffling some feathers out there. Bubba and I kind of went back and forth on this one because he thinks this band is not overrated, but I think Led Zeppelin is extremely overrated, only because they stole so many of their songs and have had to pay out a whole bunch of money for that. I think AC/DC, I mean, come on. Thunderstruck? Yeah.
Sorry, I was singing AC/DC for everybody.
I just think that a super overrated band after their first album. I didn't think that I could go so quote unquote pun intended cold on Coldplay.
Yep.
But holy shit, man. Their first album was unbelievable cover to cover.
Yep. We've talked about this exact story before, that they were basically brought in to be the next U2.
Right.
And you can hear the influences in that first album. The second album was still like, all right. And then they took a hard left turn somewhere along there. And people love them, man. And I'm like, I don't understand what happened. Like, I would have loved to continue to love this band, but they switched it up real fast, and I'm sure we'll hear a wild story about that in 20 years, about what happened to Coldplay and how they sold out for their success. Do you even hear about them anymore? They kind of fell off, right? They're done. I mean,
I think ever since the lead singer's ex-wife was selling candles that smell like her vagina, I think they kind of fell off.
Oh man, sign me up.
Another, I just got a text message. Sublime.
Mm-hmm. Oh my god. Especially, oh my god. Oh. How many requests did we get for fucking Sublime at the radio station?
Ugh. If you like me,
Sublime to me translated to, I'm going to head out to the courtyard and have a cigarette.
Right. Sublime was, I'm just saying, I don't know what they could have been or what they were, but we don't know because he did.
Yeah.
He's no longer with us.
Yeah, I mean, it could have went a lot of ways. You look at some of these bands and, they I mean, the fact that they could be no more is what launched their eternal success. I could have seen probably Sublime falling off at some point, and before the end of the 90s.
Some would say the exact same thing about like a band like Nirvana, and I would argue probably not, because look what offspring of the Nirvana has become in Foo Fighters.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't have ever broken up or whatever.
I enjoy Foo Fighters more than I enjoy Nirvana. Just going to put that hot take out there.
I used to hate Foo Fighters, and I used to say to my cousin, he always brings it up to me whenever the Foo Fighters play, that I could eat a pound of ground beef and shit a better band than the Foo Fighters. I have since then, I've become a better man. Because
Wrong
I
band.
can admit, better man. They're probably overrated too. And admitted when I was wrong. But the thing that pissed me most off about Dave Grohl is he never gave homage to Nirvana. Dave Grohl would not have been anything if not for Nirvana, and he never really thanked everybody for knowing him because of Nirvana, and he finally came out.
Yeah, he's been about that a lot more. Take it or leave it on whatever he said. Is he kind of got a little deep into that in one interview that like he said it really fucked him up.
Yeah,
all that, and that like
I believe it.
Thinking about it, talking about it. Like he said at one point, like he was surprised the Foo Fighters even became a thing, because like he was gonna be done with music. That's how bad it fucked him up. So, yeah, but he has talked more about it in recent years, in recent interviews, and I know even after losing his buddy in the band, a lot. Some of those interviews have kind of headed that direction too, where he's kind of looking back on a lot of shit. I mean, dude's getting old in rock star years.
Yes. Green Day, overrated.
Oh, absolutely. Like I liked that first album out of
Dookie?
pure fucking. It was just everywhere on the radio, but oh my god, I remember being tired of it when it was relevant. Like, okay, how many times can I hear these dumb fucking songs?
Bruce Springsteen.
He might be top of the list.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. Baby, we were born to run. Do, 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 do.
He's just a working man.
Yeah. Baby, we were born to run. Cannot stand that. All right. Tomorrow night, I will be. Where will I be? I will be in Topeka. I'm coming to a casino near you, folks. What's that?
Oh, these are the new Wolverine and Deadpool controllers from Xbox. They're all cheeked up.
They look like a gat.
Yeah, buddy.
What? Seriously, what's the deal with this?
What's the deal with these cheeked up controllers?
These aren't for sale. These are part of a sweepstakes giveaway, but they took the world by storm. Everyone's like, Xbox, sell these. Don't you want money? Because we will buy these. I'm not even a huge fan of these things, and if they sold these, I'd buy them and put them on a shelf.
Yeah. They look cheeked up.
Yeah. Anyways, Kansas City tomorrow.
Topeka.
Topeka. Your nation's capital.
America's capital. Topeka. We can talk about more. Pink Floyd. Just got another text message. Overrated.
Oh my God.
Ugh. I think I'm going to have to, whenever Joe and I get together, the Slotmaster's account, and we talk about this, because stuff will just come over the radio as we're playing, and he'll be like, oh my God, skip. Worst. The new trend is on TikTok that I've been seeing, and Duzzy sent me it right before we went on with the start of the podcast, was the people, like Billy Corgan was sitting at a restaurant hearing his own song, and I saw 311 Nick Hexum sitting at a restaurant, and his kid was filming, Dad, what's it like? Dad, what's it like? Oh, God, he just texted me the Doors.
Baby, baby, take me to the other side. Take me to the other side.
All right, tomorrow night I'll be broadcasting live at Prairie Band Hotel and Casino. Unfortunately, it's not the largest Hampton Inn, but it's they added a new beautiful wing. The whole cast of characters will be there. Russ Factor, what do you got tomorrow?
Big O episode of the Russ Factor Show. Russ Factor, Danny Hyphen talking all this week's news. Call of Duty Black Ops Modern Warfare 3, the current one, just hit the Game Pass subscription service this week, and we're reading that it added close to 4 million new unique players to the game. So
Damn.
So.
Damn.
We'll have all that and more. Last week on the show, which we'll probably be dabbling with a little bit, we were playing some old Game Boy games, the old monochrome Game Boy, and we figured out a way that you can play the two-player games that required you to have 2 Game Boys, a link cable, and 2 copies of the game. Most people who had this had Tetris, and that was it.
Right.
And then
I did that.
Pokemon took it over, but we have the ability to pretty much play. And they have a decent little library. Any 2-player game on stream now from Game Boy. So we'll probably be checking out a little bit more of that for you tomorrow night, too. So
Pokemans. All right, so tomorrow, I don't know what time I'm going to go live. I'll just set it and forget it. I'm not sure, but be looking. Set those notifications on. Make sure to ring that bell, because that's when I'll come for you. You don't want to miss it. It'll be pretty funny seeing the whole cast of characters. And hopefully we're at an Indian casino, so it's going to be just a little bit different, but fun
Do they allow
nonetheless.
you to come for people in an Indian casino?
Pardon?
Nothing.
Pardon, Russ Factor? Unfortunately, my video did not freeze then. All right, thank you so much for watching. I've been waiting for this. Next week, You do not want to miss this podcast. We have got some special guests, plural. Guests gonna grace us. We got to work out some logistics on how we're gonna do this, but guests. And then we'll take a couple weeks off, maybe, I don't know how many, maybe 2, 3, and season 2 will kick off.
Yeah. All this will look
Sound
different, you know?
Yeah, we talked about we're going to move that stuff a little bit to the left and this stuff a little bit to the right.
Over there. And
Maybe I'll wear something different than a black shirt.
get rid of your Twitch background, change it out with something else.
Oh, that's good. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I'm going to put an exercise bike behind me. All right, we will see you next week on Two Guys, One Slot. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned next week for episode 69. Follow The Russ Factor Show. Follow Bubba's Picks 316. And follow your old pal right here, the Slotmaster. Follow me. Come on, hit that little subscribe button. You can do it. Appreciate all the love. See you. Well, I guess I'll be on tomorrow night streaming some slots. Until next time, I bid you farewell.